Nyam Nyam brings you an easy-to-make 2-ingredient chocolate truffle recipe. Indulgent, melt-in-your-mouth chocolate truffles made from ganache, a mixture of condensed milk and cocoa powder. It needs no baking or cooking, so let's get started. All you need is a glass bowl with 320 grams of condensed milk. Stick that in the microwave for 30 seconds. We're going to add 80 grams of cocoa powder to that, sprinkling it in through a sieve so that we get a nice smooth mixture once it's all stirred together. Now this is going to be poured into a container which is coated in cling film. It's very important that with our 2 ingredients we choose the best quality ingredients. This will make a huge difference to the flavour. Now once that's all in, we're going to stick that in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Meanwhile, get our glass bowl, add 200 grams of condensed milk this time, stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and 100 grams of cocoa powder is going into this one. So we can play around with the consistency of our truffles if we want it to be slightly gooey in the middle or we want it to be a bit firmer. We're going to add this in gradually, a bit at a time. This mixture is going to be a lot thicker than the last one, so no need to refrigerate this one. I'm going to stir that in until it's a sort of dough-like consistency. You can, of course, use a big sieve. Now once this is mixed together, we're going to put it on some cling film, which has been laid out on a chopping board. We're going to fold that over and squish it down. Put that aside and sprinkle some more cocoa powder onto our chopping board. Out comes our ganache. We're going to stick that onto the cocoa powder and then sprinkle some more over the top. Cocoa powder is our best friend in this recipe, so we're going to slice that into pieces. And now it's time to roll it up into little balls. We recommend wearing food preparation gloves for this part of the recipe, as it can get rather messy. Now why not coat that with some more cocoa powder, making sure it's completely covered before we put it on our serving plate. Absolutely beautiful. Now we're going to coat our chopping board in another layer of cocoa powder and remove our previous ganache from the refrigerator. Easy to peel off the cling film a bit at a time whilst adding a sprinkle of cocoa powder on top. We can be generous with this. Now we're going to slice this into squares. Pick them up one by one and then just squish the sides, making sure it's a perfect square shape, and coat that in cocoa powder, ready for our serving plate. Now you can just use cocoa powder, or you can try different things. You can try sprinkles, hundreds and thousands, even chocolate shavings for an absolutely beautiful and simple dessert. Look at that. Indulge in this yummy chocolate Earl mousse cake with Nyam Nyam. The decadent mousse cake is infused with Earl Grey tea and chocolate, giving it a perfect balance of flavours. It is a definite treat for both tea and chocolate lovers. So let's get started. You need 150 grams of sweet chocolate cut into pieces. In a separate bowl, add 20 grams of cocoa powder and pour in 20 millilitres of hot water. Give it a stir until it's nicely mixed together. We'll put that aside, and meanwhile we'll put 350 millilitres of milk into a pot and heat it on the stove on a medium flame. Once that starts bubbling away, we turn the heat off, and then we're going to add 3 bags of Earl Grey tea. Just push them down so that the flavours come out in the milk. We're going to soak them for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we'll remove our tea bags and add 300 millilitres of heavy cream, 40 grams of sugar and 40 grams of condensed milk to give it that beautiful sweetness. Turn the flame on again and stir it. Now it's time to add our cocoa mixture, the one we made earlier. We're going to pour that in and give it another stir, making sure it's nicely mixed together. Now add our 150 grams of sweet chocolate that we also chopped earlier, and once that's nicely mixed, we're going to turn off the heat. And finally we're going to add 15 grams of gelatin. This is what's going to help it to set into that mousse-like texture. We remove that from the heat and pour it through a sieve into a bowl. We're going to use a sieve to get out any extra little pieces which didn't quite mix in earlier. Now that bowl we're going to put into a bigger bowl with ice water. While it's cooling, we're going to give it a stir. See how that's changed colour? When it's a light brown colour, we're going to remove it from the ice water and pour it into our cake mould. Our cake mould has been coated with a sheet of baking paper, which is going to completely cover our mousse cake. We're going to refrigerate that for 1 hour. Once it's ready, we remove it from the refrigerator, turn it upside down onto a tray or a chopping board, and gently remove the baking paper, leaving a smooth texture on top of our mousse cake. Peel off the ends. Why not sprinkle some cocoa powder on top for a finishing touch? Look at that. A delicious looking chocolate and tea mousse cake. A perfect combination of flavours, perfectly balanced, gorgeous French mousse texture. Why not have a slice with a cup of Earl Grey tea or even a hot chocolate? Nyam Nyam brings you a two-way churro recipe, one with a crisp and golden churro cup filled with liquid chocolate and the other with churro sticks loaded with s'mores. All you will need is butter, sugar, water, milk, flour, eggs, marshmallows and choco chips. Let's get started. First we get 120 grams of butter, add 250 millilitres of milk and the same in water. 20 grams of sugar to that and stir it whilst heating it on the stove. Stir till the butter has melted and the mixture starts to bubble away. Once it's bubbling, you can turn the heat off and add 180 grams of flour. Mix that in well. Keep stirring till it's completely combined together. When it's a dough-like mixture, we'll remove it from the stove and add our eggs. We're going to add 4 eggs to this, one at a time. This part is very important. We've got to mix it in very, very well because we don't want to get lumpy mixture later on. So we're going to add the eggs one by one, stirring each egg in very, very well. A little bit of patience is required for this, but the end result is well worth it. Now we're going to add our final egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract with that. That gives our churros a lovely flavour. So now our choux pastry is ready. We're going to stick it in a piping bag. Or you can even use a food bag and just snip off the end. We're going to make semicircle shapes with this on our chopping board. So just slowly do your half circle to make our cup handles. Dabbing each one down with a little bit of water. Then we'll freeze those for 1 hour. Meanwhile, we're going to get a muffin mould tin and spray lightly with oil on the underside. Yes, the underside, you heard right. With our piping bag, we're going to pipe our choux pastry around the underside of each muffin hole, making a spiral shape all the way around and over the top. This is going to form our choux pastry cup. Do that with all of the muffin moulds. Then our handles are ready. We're going to stick those on the side, one by one. Very delicate operation. This is going to be frozen for 3 hours. Once it's frozen, we're going to deep fry it, very carefully putting it in the oil and pushing it underneath. Once it's golden brown coloured, we're going to remove it from our hot oil and place it on a griddle. Now this will help it to cool down quickly. Now get 250 grams of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon powder. Mix it together to make our cinnamon sugar. We're going to get each choux pastry cup one by one and coat the entire outside of the cup in our cinnamon sugar. Once we've done that, we can add our hot pouring chocolate into the middle of the cup. Brings a whole new definition to the term hot chocolate, doesn't it? Look at that. You can use any type of chocolate you like, and we're using dark chocolate. Add some mini marshmallows on top of that for a decoration. And there you have it, hot chocolate in a churro mug. Absolutely to die for. oozy gorgeousness. Now we're going to make the same churro mixture again with butter, milk, and an equal amount of water and a little bit of sugar. Heat that on the stove and stir it in until the butter is melted. Just like before, we want to keep stirring it until the mixture is bubbling away. Then we can turn the heat off and add our flour, 180 grams as before. Stir that in. This does take a little bit of time, but like I said earlier, it's definitely worth it. When it's ready, we'll remove it from the stove and start once again to add our eggs. 4 eggs, one at a time, stirring them in. So we get a nice smooth dough. Gradually, churros were actually invented in Mexico, and they're very, very popular dessert in America. And you can experiment with these. You can add chocolate, marshmallows like we've done, or you can try all sorts of different things. Why not even peanut butter? Even churro tortilla chips, why not? We're going to put that in a piping bag, as before. Now this one has a stripe shape on it. We're going to squirt it straight into our hot oil this time, snipping it off one at a time. So we've got these little mini churros cooking away in our hot oil. Make sure you just move them around a bit so that they cook evenly on each side. And once they are golden brown, we can remove them from the hot oil. Now if you have a slated spoon, that's the best thing. Make sure all the oil is dripping away. Put those on a plate. Again, we're going to make our cinnamon sugar. And this time we're going to pour it on top of our mini churros. Delicious, look at that. Now it's time to get your hands dirty. We're going to mix it all up, making sure they're all nicely coated in cinnamon sugar, just like sort of mini donuts. Just make sure they're not still hot when you do that. You don't want to burn your hands. Now we're going to get some chocolate chips. Sprinkle a nice healthy portion of those on, and some marshmallows. That's going to go in the oven at 150 degrees for just 3 minutes. We just want to brown the marshmallows, let them expand and melt a bit with the chocolate chips, but not to burn them. And there you have it. Delicious. If you want to entertain your guests, you can't go wrong with a chocolate mousse. So, in a large mixing bowl, we add 450 millilitres of whipping cream. You can easily buy double cream from your local supermarket. And whisk away until it's nice and light and fluffy. If you use an electric whisk, that would obviously save you some time. Now we melt 200 grams of dark chocolate buttons and add 2 egg yolks, 50 grams of sugar and 30 millilitres of water to another bowl. Whisk that up nicely. Now we're going to put that over a pan of boiling water. While it's heating up, we're going to keep stirring it, keep whisking away till it's nice and glossy and starts to thicken. Once it's the desired consistency, we can remove it from the heat. And we're going to pour in our melted dark chocolate. Liking the look of this already. Now we're going to stir that up nicely. Obviously we want it to be very well mixed. You can use a hand whisk for this part. And all we need to do now is add our whipped cream to the mixture. We're going to add it in a dollop at a time and mix. Now, how chocolatey and how dark you want your mousse is entirely up to you. It depends on how rich you like it. We've made it a nice light mousse because we like it quite creamy. The choice is yours. So we're adding in our cream bit by bit, and it's all going in there, 450 millilitres of it. Time to give it one last stir. And voila, chocolate mousse. Now all we have to do is find a way to serve it. So we're going to add that to a food piping bag. We can experiment with the nozzles on these if we want to make different patterns. Let's melt some dark chocolate buttons. We're going to pour that into our silicone cupcake moulds. So we're going to pour that in to fill about 1/3 of our cupcake mould and we're going to swish it around to cover the inside. Now you can see where we're going with this. This is going to make our chocolate cupcake moulds. Yes, so we're going to refrigerate those so they can set. Once they're set, we gently remove the silicone mould from the outside and we're left with an edible mousse cup. Delicious. So, time to add our mousse. We're going to use a straight nozzle for this one and swirl it around. And you can sprinkle decorations on top. We're using chocolate sprinkles here. And why not even add a little bit of fruit? How about a strawberry? Look at that, a party showstopper. Now, if you want to experiment, you can try using different shaped moulds. So we melt some more chocolate and this time we're using heart shapes. That's right, why not celebrate your loved ones or even for Valentine's Day? So exactly the same process. We're going to swish it around to cover the inside of our mould all the way up to the rim. Be very careful not to spill it over the edges. And then we refrigerate those so that they set. Gently remove our silicone heart moulds and we're left with just the chocolate ones. Let's use a different shape nozzle for this one. Being creative, you can really use any shape you like. Whatever you think looks good, really. Now let's use some heart sprinkles. Yes, why not add to the heart theme? And how about some different fruit? How about some raspberries this time? Look at that, perfect. So you can really go crazy with this idea. Every time just melting dark chocolate, filling your mould. How about even just using a plastic cup? We don't even need silicone moulds. If they're not easy for you to find and you don't have them kicking around the cupboard, you can just get a simple plastic cup. That's right. So going to take a bit longer here to make our mould because it's obviously much deeper than our cupcake holders. So in the same way, we're going to put those in the fridge to set the chocolate. Do you know how to get the chocolate out? Well, all you do is tip the cup upside down. Yes, it really is that simple. These are very deep, so we're going to use a very large nozzle on our food piping bag this time so we can fill them easily and quickly. You can really have fun with these. You can do any shapes you like. You can use any fruit you like. Let's add raspberries and blueberries. Give it a nice bit of colour. And there you have a delicious dessert in no time at all. You wouldn't believe how easy these are to make. All you need is an ice cube tray and some sticks. Put one in each tray, add water, and then freeze. Once frozen, we're going to dip each of these in melted chocolate. And when the chocolate is set, we're going to remove the ice cube. Now, time to make our filling. 200 millilitres of whipping cream, add that to a bowl and whisk away till thickened. Now to that we're going to add 100 grams of icing sugar and mix that in. Next we're going to add 250 grams of mascarpone cheese and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract to give it a lovely flavour. And there we have our cream cheese filling. Stir that together nicely. Now, we're going to add a little bit of a ladyfinger and some espresso coffee on top of that and squirt our cream cheese filling on top of that, a sprinkle of cocoa powder, a coffee bean and a sprig of mint and a chocolate bar. And there you have it. Next we're going to add green tea spread 80 grams, 100 millilitres of almond milk to a bowl, mix them together nicely, add 150 millilitres of whipping cream to that, whisk till thickened. Using a patterned nozzle, we're going to squirt that into our chocolate bowl, add pistachios and a marshmallow. Super easy, right? Third filling, 100 grams of strawberry jam, 80 grams of cream cheese, whisk away. Add some fresh cut up strawberries and squirt our cream on top of that. Maybe grate some chocolate and a fresh strawberry to finish. 3 super easy variations of chocolate ice cube cups.